Gosh, I can't see anything out here. Shout out to my joint EC committee member for a couple of years. Where are you, Tom? I don't see you. There you are. Great job. Well deserved. All right, I'll be on script. Sorry, Scott. Most of it. Good evening. It is my great honor and privilege to be back with the HFTP family, and to assist in the induction of your next president, Michael Levy, and say a few words about him. This is a special day for the new executive board, the executive committee of HFTP. However, it's also a very special day for me. When I told my wife, Karen, that Michael had asked me to come to Florida for his induction, she immediately told me that she was coming along. Not only because we've known Michael and his family for many decades, but also because it was 44 years ago today that we were married. We met, thank you. We met as a young couple in college and managed to survive a number of years of courtship and ended up with 3 great sons and their families and 2 grandsons in Dubai. Karen, thank you for all your love and support. I need to acknowledge you. So here I go. And I look forward to many more years to come. Enough of our story. Let's get on with the induction of Michael Levy. I met Michael in our hometown of Amsterdam when he was 18 years old. I won't tell you what year it was. I had started my job as a systems manager for the Senesta Hotel in Amsterdam, and the general manager there suggested that Michael and I should have a chat about what Michael wanted to do after his high school experiences. Notice the plural. We met over a beer in the cafe in the hotel, and Michael has not let me live down our meeting there, and probably never will. Needless to say, he did not have the kindest impression of me. Michael did many projects after that at the Senesta for the GM, and after a year and a half, I left to go to Senesta's headquarters and become the VP Technology in Boston. Michael went on to get his master's in hospitality from the ESSEC Business School in Paris, and after graduation, he got a job in the US. Not only did he get a job in the US, but for Senesta in Key Biscayne. So you can imagine my surprise to run into this fellow Dutchman on the beach in Key Biscayne about 2 years later. Well, this was the start of Michael's 16-year career with Senesta Hotels in operations, including opening properties here in Orlando, just across the street, Aruba, spent a lot of time in Cambridge, and eventually spent 5 years in Egypt, responsible for Senesta's large number of hotels and Nile cruise ships. During these years, Michael and I reconciled, and we became partners in many leading-edge technology projects. Michael understood what I was proposing and assisted me in having operations benefit from the technologies that I would find. What I would call our claim to fame in the mid-'80s, I believe it was 1986, High Tech in Nashville, when we presented our artificial intelligence, where are you, Nick? Yield management system using a TI machine and a Lisp with a front-end Apple computer. And we did a session in Nashville about that, and it was standing room only. People were bulging out of the doors, so it's the only time that I believe a high-tech session had to be repeated the next day by popular demand. After Egypt, the future with Senesta was not looking great for Michael. So he took his wife, Carolina, and their 4 children back to the Netherlands, where he spent 3 years with NH Hotels as country director. And somewhere in between, he also went to the dark side, selling Synexes in Europe and the Middle East. But the entrepreneur prevailed. And in 2005, I think it's about the right year, the Citizen M concept was created. I still remember being in Michael's house with my son and my wife when he showed us renderings of what was then called A Star is Born. With us was our middle son, who was an architect, who at the time was studying architecture, and Colin, who's not easily impressed, was very enthused about what he saw. Well, we all know what happened next. Today you read in the trade press about modular construction and about how to get people to spend time in your lobby. Citizen M was a perfect example of this and has been doing it for close to 15 years. And Michael continues to get the most out of technology that he and his team will find. Michael has a global perspective, great vision, is very innovative, has boundless integrity, and is by nature a collaborative team player. This week, I came across a quote from Albert Einstein that I feel describes Michael's energy. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Michael will be the 67th person to hold the title of president. Your association is in great hands. Please welcome Michael Levy. Michael, this evening you assume a very important position, that of Chief Elected Officer of Hospitality, Financial and Technology Professionals. The office of the President is the highest recognition in the association, but it comes with significant responsibilities. It is primarily a post of service to the members of this association and to your chosen profession. Your fellow members have indicated their desire to work under your leadership and guidance to further the goals of the association. Do you accept this responsibility?
I do.
Terrific. Congratulations, Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you your new president, Michael Levy.
Thank you, Jules, for this wonderful introduction. Actually, not only for this introduction, but rather for getting me involved and hooked to HFTP so many years ago. You told some stories about me. I could reciprocate and tell some juicy stuff about you. Any interest? Later. HFTP's annual tribute to success is exceptional. So let me share with you some of the successes I believe should be celebrated tonight. First of all, the success of President's Year of Scott Campbell. Scott's contribution to HFTP has been incredible and very valuable. We all know he's not shy to share his opinion. He always says on script or scriptish. But in all sincerity, his insight and experience is always serving HFTP every day and making us a stronger and better association. Scott, on behalf of all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sue, thank you for sharing him the past year even more than all other years. So thank you to you. I would like to take this opportunity to also congratulate Tom Smith on having received the 2019 Paragon Award for his incredible contribution to HFTP and the industry. Actually, Tom, 2 times congratulations are in order. Allow me to also thank, on behalf of all of you, those that so tirelessly volunteer to make HFTP better. This can happen big or small, supporting chapter or centrally, making conferences come about or educate and certificate. Over the years, we have seen so many contribute, and let this be a huge invitation to all participating, big or small. It is so rewarding. So yes, this is a call to action, as you heard before, to participate actively. You all here in the room could ask those that are not here to become active, and why not proudly represent HFTP also actively on your social media. Talking about a successful year, or should I say years, or should I better say decades, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Frank and the entire HFTP team for their relentless work and devotion. I've never ever met a cohesive team that picks up all challenges from our associations and turns them into a success. Congratulations. Obviously, the task for Frank isn't actually that tough, as we are one united association with only one goal, one mission, and no controversy at all, right? I say this somewhat jokingly, as we do represent so many different needs, yet form together the most incredible association in the world. Frank and team, we thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's talk a little bit about our HFTP organization for a moment. Sonesta, as Jules mentioned, where we worked back then, had a PMS called Computerized Lodging Systems, CLS. Revenue management and optimization was still very much in its infant stages, and the leadership at CLS wanted to work on this revenue optimization by introducing artificial intelligence. Just to clear any doubt by any of you, my participation was absolutely nothing to do with the technology. My involvement was from the operational side. But the artificial intelligence part sounded pretty good, and I thought I could use that. Working with CLS, I met wonderful and knowledgeable HFTP individuals. Later, Sonesta, where we worked, decided to work with a new startup PMS company. Soon thereafter, I ended up in a farmhouse office, tripped over a dog, was introduced to a guy writing program barefoot who needed to know more about operational details. Wow, again, did I learn a lot. That small company did well for itself, and again, I met wonderful and knowledgeable HFTP individuals. By being involved in these projects, Jules invited me to my first high-tech and introduced me to so many wonderful individuals, all with exceptional knowledge. What made it special is that all shared their knowledge and enriched me, and they all took me on and introduced me to their HFTP friends. The people that I met through these projects and introductions are now my HFTP family. Jules, obviously, but Dave Burkus, the driving force behind CLS, John Springer Miller, SMS, who wears shoes these days, incidentally, and so many others, who too many to mention for sure tonight. Bear with me as I do want to give you two quick examples of HFTP members sharing their knowledge, making a huge impact in my personal and professional life. Many years ago, when I had MacGyvered a bit too much with all my now borrowed knowledge, I needed help. I had seen and heard of this man holding tech architecture to the highest regard, and how this works at HFTP. I thought, as a fellow member, I could approach him. Very kind, very knowledgeable, but very direct. He started helping, and he became the driving force behind CitizenM Tech Deck. Nick Price, your friendship and HFTP knowledge sharing has been incredible. Thank you. One other example I would like to share with you. This HFTP friend, or better by now family member, took being there for me extremely seriously. He moved to Amsterdam, a block away from my house. Lyle, thank you for sharing so much knowledge with me, for helping and assisting me, and all the work you do for HFTP and launching E20X. So looking at HFTP, it includes finance professionals, technology professionals, representing hotels and clubs, with obviously the major focus on the US, but also as the world has become smaller and smaller internationally. All members benefiting first and foremost from each other's presence and knowledge, and the willingness to share and, yes, as mentioned, become friends. An HFTP organization with so many services, education, certification, conferences, and actually a huge influence on our entire hospitality industry. The uniform system of accounts is a worldwide standard on how our industry is able to compare one to another. The acquisition of the rights of Usali will allow HFTP to play a major role in the financial vertical of our industry and be in touch within reach of all hotels in the world. It will allow us to shape and direct contents, shape and direct to which other areas in our hospitality industry Usali could be significant. Think of our club members and timeshare or fractional ownership. Traditionally offered by book, possibly in the future digitally, with a large and more dominant reach to hundreds of thousands of hotels. One thing is for sure, the uniform system of accounts is considered of vital importance to all our finance members. High-tech is our USALI for the tech members and represents HFTP strongly and steadily in the US, but now also in Europe, the Middle East, and next year even in the Far East. High-tech and the uniform system of accounts represent our organizations strongly and will produce funds that allow us to always continue to carry and support all the great work that is being done for all our HFTP members. The membership in the US has grown slowly over the years with an incredible rate of attention, hopefully planting the high-tech flag and the uniform system of accounts internationally. We will grow also beyond US borders. The benefit hopefully will be felt to all. More knowledge, more sharing, innovative new ways of propelling our individual clubs and hotels, and educate, educate, educate. Learning from each other and easily finding each other is what it's all about. Let's fast forward to the year 2050 for a moment, only 30 years from now. What does an association look like then? I can't predict, obviously, like you, exactly, and no crystal ball here tonight. What we do know that we, the members, still want to meet, share, and hang out, hopefully also that digital will play a huge role and that we still annually celebrate and bring tribute to our joint successes. Leadership and an example to our industry is for sure a good advice. For that, I believe we should work closely together with our leading associations and bring to the table the finance and tech strength that we have. HSMAI, HNLA, HTNG, CHTA are a few examples. Our uniform system of accounts and high-tech and all other services we offer are huge. There are maybe other associations we can team up with nationally and internationally, show leadership in the hospitality industry, and contribute to students and the young who represent our future, better leverage and balance equality, and honor the strength of all female members' contribution. So looking tonight at our HFTP annual tribute to success, we have a lot to celebrate together, a lot to be grateful for, and we have a super strong and well-funded associations with the best Austin-based team and absolutely the best membership base. Yes, all of you, or should I say, all of us. We were taught ushering earlier this week. You know the lay of the land, you can read the ticket and location, and lead your fellow HFTP members and shine your pocket light so that you can bring them to their desired destination. Yes, motivate like we learned earlier today, but especially take care of eliminating friction and obstacles. This is also our joint responsibility. Thank you for trusting me to serve on the Global Board. Thank you for trusting me to be on the Exec Committee, and I will give it to my all to contribute to the opportunities we have ahead of us in the next year and realize even more successes for the years to come as your president. A truly humbling experience. Frank, Ty mentioned a change of name. Possibly I want to change our name from HFTP to the Pass It Forward Association. So much more eloquent, wouldn't you agree? Let's raise the glass to ourselves, all our HFTP members that aren't here tonight, and now let's party. Thank you.